Namaste, and I'm going to read Volume 3, Book 4, KotiRudra Samhita, Chapter 1, The Greatness of Jyotirlingas and their Upalingas in the Shiva Puran. That's a obeisance forever to that brilliance, half of whose body has been beautified by the daughter of the mountain, who, rid of all aberrations, assumes the shape of the worlds by means of his own Maya, whose sympathetic glance, they say, brings about the wealth and glory in the form of heaven and salvation, and whom the yogins see in their hearts as the one without a second, and as the inner understanding and bliss. May the mass of splendor, whatever it be auspicious, the splendor that has eyes gentle due to compassion, which has lotus-like face, smiling charmingly, which is brilliant with the digit of the moon, which subdues the terrible threefold distress, whose body of excessive bliss, existence and knowledge sheds brightness, and which is encircled by the arms of the daughter of the mountain, Parvati. The sages said, O Sutta, the greatness of the incarnations of Shiva, inclusive of their narratives, has been well explained by you with a desire for the welfare of the world. O dear, may the excellent grandeur of Shiva be narrated with pleasure in connection with his phallic forms. You are blessed and the most excellent among the devotees of Shiva. Listening from your lotus-like mouth, O Holy Lord, to the nectar-like glory of Shiva, we are never satiated. Let the same sweet narrative be repeated. O disciple of Vyasa, with a desire for the welfare of the worlds, please narrate in detail those divine phallic images of the great Lord, whether they be on earth, in the different holy centers, or in the other places glorified by men. Sutta said, O Brahmins, O excellent sages, you have asked well. I shall explain them in brief what a desire for the welfare of the worlds and due to my affection for you. O sage, there is no limit to the number of phallic images. The entire earth, the entire universe is in the form of a phallus. The holy centers are equipped with phallic images. Everything is founded on these. There is no limit to their number. I shall mention a few of them. Whatever is seen, described, or remembered is Shiva's form. Nothing other than that has real existence. Still I shall explain in the manner I have heard. Let it be heard with pleasure, O excellent sages. Whatever images are there on the earth, in the Patala, or in heaven, everywhere Shiva is worshipped by the gods, asuras, and human beings. O excellent ones, the three worlds consisting of the gods, asuras, and human beings are pervaded by Shiva in the form of a phallic image for the welfare of the worlds. In order to bless the worlds, Lord Shiva assumes different phallic forms here in the holy centers as well as in other places. Shiva incarnates in those places wherever he is devotedly remembered by the devotees. After carrying out their task, he stations himself there. He has assigned his phallic form for the benefit of the worlds. The devotee attains perfection by worshipping that form. O noble ascetic, O noble ascetics, there is no limit to the number of his phallic images on the earth. Still I narrate the important ones. Even among the important ones I shall enumerate the principal ones, on hearing which a man instantly gets rid of his sins. O excellent one, I shall mention the most important of the Jyotirlingas, on hearing which a person becomes sinless. He who reads or recites the 12 names early in the morning is freed from all sins and attains the fruits of all cities. The 12 Jyotirlingas are Somanatha in Saurashtra, Mallikarjuna in Srisela, Mahakala in Ujjaini, Parameshvara in Omkara, Kedara in the Himavat, Bhima Shankara in Dakini, Visvesa in Varanasi, Trambaka on the bank of the Gaumati, Vedyanatha in the cremation ground, Nagesa in the Daruka forest, Ramesa at Setubhanda, and Goose Mesa at Shivalaya. O great sages, such excellent men will attain those desires for which they recite the names. Those who recite them without any desire, but with purity of mind, will never have rebirth involving residence in the mother's womb. By worshipping these, people of all castes get their miseries destroyed in this world and become liberated hereafter. To be sure, the food offerings of these Jyotirlingas shall be taken, and others shall be fed with the same. Such acts reduce the sins to ashes instantaneously. O Brahmins, the results of the worship of Jyotirlingas cannot be described adequately by Brahma and others. Even if one of them is worshipped continuously for 6 months, the misery of rebirth in the mother's womb will never recur. Even if a person of base birth happens to see Jyotirlinga, he will be born in a pure and good family. Being born in a good family, he will become rich and master of all Vedas. Then, by performing auspicious rites, he shall attain liberation without any obstacle. O great sages, whoever he may be, an outcast, a slave, or an eunuch, he will be born as a Brahmin and become liberated. Hence one shall view the Jyotirlinga. O excellent sages, a view of the fruits of the Jyotirlingas have been narrated by me. Let the Upalingas, ancillary phallic forms of these Jyotirlingas, be listened to. The Upalinga of Someshwara is called Antakesa, and it is installed at the confluence of the river Mahi and the ocean. The Upalinga of Mallikarjuna is glorified as Rudreshwara. It is pleasing and is stationed in Bhrugu Kaksa. The Upalinga of Mahakala is well known as Dugdesa. It is famous in the region of Narmada and is remembered as destructive of all sins. The Upalinga of Omkara is famous as Kardamesa in the Bindu lake and yields the fruits of all desires. The Upalinga of Kedareshwara is Bhutesa on the banks of the Yamuna. It is destructive of sins of the visiting devotees. The Upalinga of Bhimashankara is Bhimeshwara. It is famous in the Saya mountain and it causes the increase of great strength. The Upalinga of Nageshwara is Bhuteshwara, installed on the banks of Malika Saraswati. It quells sins by the very sight. The Upalinga attached to Rameshwara is Guptiswara. The Upalinga attached to Gushmesa is Vyagareshwara. O Brahmins, thus I have mentioned the Upalingas and the Jyotirlingas. They dispel sins by their sight and yield the fruit of all desires. These are the most important ones. O excellent sages, let the other important ones also be heard. Footnotes 115. It is the confluence of the Mahi river that issues from the Sayapada hill and the Western Ocean, identical with the Arabian Sea. Bhrugukaksa is identical with Bharukaksha. Bruch. It was the residence of the sage Bhrigu. 117. Bindusaras is a Himalayan lake, the source of 7 rivers. Let me see here. Nalini, Haladini, Pavani, Sila, Chakshu, Sindhu, and Amita. Here ends today's reading of the Shiva Puran. That's it.